What habitual things are you holding in place that are potentially working against you at this time? Hey Aquarius, welcome to Peace Haus Gems. And if this is your first time here, because this is our first video for you Aquarius, then my name is Tisha and I'm the owner of Peace Haus Gems, a holistic wellness and lifestyle company guiding you on your path of self-discovery through self-care and spirituality. And today I'm here to do your reading for the month of September 2020. Well, mid-September 2020. Before we get into the messages, I just want to go over a few things. So first, I want to let you know that all of the messages are pulled for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So hopefully you will find something that resonates with you. Also, we are new here on YouTube, so I do ask that if you find something that resonates with you, that you subscribe to this channel for more content. We will be doing monthly tarot readings as well as other content pertaining to self-care, spirituality, and self-discovery. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, definitely subscribe to this channel for more. And also like this video if you find something that's helpful, something that can guide you in the month of September. And also leave me a comment down below because I want to know how these messages are showing up for you in the month of September. I would love to connect with you and figure out who I am reading for. And yeah, I think that is all that I have to say. So let's just get right into your messages, Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius, I'm going to be using this deck to lay out your foundation. And this deck, stay tuned until the end of the video. I will be pulling an advice message for you that can help you in the month of September. So stay tuned for this. But in the meantime, I will be looking at the bottom of the deck energy. And also, I do have my blue kyanite crystal here. This has been my vibe for like the whole month. So I just figured I'd give you guys a little bit of this action. I got this while I was in California, and yes, it is a beauty. It's good for like releasing blockages, helping with communication, things of that nature, but that's not what this video is about. So if you resonate with that, then definitely look that up. In the meantime, let's get started on your messages, Aquarius. So also, if you hear any background noise, I have my window open and I don't live alone. So just putting the disclaimer out there. All right. So Aquarius, at the bottom of the deck, you do have indigo and crystal children. And it says, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. So for some of you, literally what the card says, you can have a strong connection with children. And not only is it that you possibly can help children, but children can also help you. The other way that I'm looking at this, especially with this Sun card at the bottom of the deck, is that maybe you are going through your childhood. You know, you're visiting back on the past, things that happened to you in your childhood. And so you're in this very childlike energy. Just give me a second while I lay out all of the messages for you. There we go. Especially with the first card here being the Six of Cups, that also represents like a nostalgic time, like going back into the past, looking at memories. It also represents childhood, literally. So I do feel like a lot of you are going back into your childhood and possibly just focusing on, you know, things that may have happened in your childhood with the Six of Cups card. I do feel like the fact that it's right next to this Seven of Wands energy, you know, maybe there are some systematic beliefs, you know, some ways that you've been doing things in your current life that you're now taking a moment to look into your past and reflect on. It's almost like what things, what beliefs, what habitual things are you holding in place that are potentially working against you at this time? A lot of who we are as adults is based on our childhood and things that we were brought up to believe. And so I think that in the month of September, Aquarius, that you're taking some time. And if you're not, then you are encouraged to take some time to just look at your past, look back into your childhood, and just really see what comes up, see what things, like I said, what things you have been told to believe or made to believe. And it doesn't necessarily have to feel so, I don't want it to feel so intense. I'll say that, because with the Sun card, you do get this very like light-hearted energy. But also with the Sun card, I just feel like there are some things that you can shed light on, or that can have light shed upon them if you do take this time to, look at some childhood or some past things. We all have things that we can heal, things that we can overcome from our childhood, and things that truly impact the way that we are in the world, the way that we show up, the way that we communicate, like I said, what we believe about ourselves, what we believe about the world around us. And I think that it's important that before you're able to sort of, continue forward in your endeavors or your pursuits, whatever it is that you're working on, I think that it's important to figure out what it is exactly that you're currently holding in place. That's what the Seven of Wands energy is giving me. It's like, make sure that you're fully aware of what it is that you are fighting against and what it is that you are fighting for, and make sure that it is an authentic reflection of who you are and the way that you want to show up in the world. Because again, I just get this feeling that, a lot of us, my moon is in Aquarius, so I feel very connected to Aquarius, and I also have my best friend is in Aquarius, so I feel super connected to Aquarius. And I just feel like it's very important, as Aquarius, we are very mental, we're mental beings, and sometimes we can tend to overthink, overanalyze, be in our head, and just be very flighty, if that makes sense. And so I think it's important to get down, get grounded, and just get practical about, what it is that you want, what it is that you want out of life, whatever it is that you're currently in pursuit of, whether it is, wanting finances, or, wanting to start a business, or wanting a relationship. It's important that you understand what direction you're trying to travel into, but also more importantly, what potentially from the past could be sort of blocking you from attracting and receiving the things that you want to receive. Because, the Seven of Swords energy is right here. And, for Aquarius, what I take the Seven of Swords energy to mean is literally the overthinking, the overanalyzing. Sometimes your brain can literally be your best friend, and sometimes it can be your worst nightmare. And it's so funny because earlier today, I was just saying how we tend to rely on our minds a lot. And sometimes your mind can't always be trusted, so if there's things that you want to do, things that you want to accomplish, it's important that you don't hold these things in your mind. It's important that you actually get these things out and express these things. So whether it's on paper or, it's good to have another source to hold yourself accountable other than your brain, and keeping your brain responsible for all of these things that you're trying to pursue. Because sometimes your brain will become overwhelmed and it'll start this negative projecting, and that's not something that you want right now. So I think that it is also important that you just figure it out, figure out what it is that you're fighting for, what it is that you want, and also starting to somewhat I don't want to necessarily say map out a plan, because this energy doesn't yet seem super, how can I say, like super, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but strategic and like constructive, if that makes sense. It seems more so, just kind of like going with it. But it is very important, like I said, that you don't rely so heavily on your mind to just process everything, and that some things you get out on paper and you get outside of yourself and see in some physical aspect. With this Two of Swords, especially, because again, it's just that thing where you can't always, it's not always as it appears to be, and if you see that moon, that little half or crescent moon in the corner, the moon can sometimes represent illusions. And so it's not always as it seems to be. It's not always as your brain, projects to you, if that makes sense. I feel like my words are like, so like, I don't have the right words to explain everything, but hopefully you guys are with me and you're understanding what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I just feel like, literally it's just that thing of just illusions, and you can't always like trust your mind, especially as an Aquarius, because we can tend to overthink, and just our brain isn't always our friends, like I said. So, whether this is getting these things out on paper or finding, using literally this childhood energy to be creative, because like I said, I did get that lightheartedness. So, map these things out, whether it's, like I said, writing things down, or if you have to like create a collage or do some type of art form. I think that it's important this month to express, to really express yourself as these things are coming to you. It's important that you also express and get it out on paper or in some physical form, because again, your mind can kind of like misconstrue things at times, and you can't always trust your mind. And then with this Queen of Pentacles, this is what is telling me to nurture your environment, to nurture your situation, your current situation. And it is important, like I said, to do that reflecting on just, like I said, your life, and up until this point, what has gotten you here, and really getting real about the things that are working for you and the things that are working against you. With the Queen of Pentacles, this can be pertaining to, like I said, maybe there's something that you want to get out of life, whether it's, with Pentacles, it could be money, so maybe you're wanting to attract some sort of abundance into your life, or a business, or whatever this is that you're looking to attract into your life. It's important to always understand that when you're trying to attract something, you need to know what your current point of vibration is. And I think that that's what this energy is trying to get you to see in the month of September, is like, okay, great, you want these things, but what is your current point of attraction? Especially with the Six of Pentacles coming up right next to it. I do feel like there are some things. Whoa, I'm so sorry for that noise if you heard it. There are some things that you have to get in balance, and yeah, I really do feel like it also has something to do just with your point of attraction, and maybe past things or beliefs that you've had that have held you in this place of like, not fully getting the things that you want out of life. And I feel like, again, your brain, and sometimes you can also be your worst enemy. And so it's important that you channel this Queen of Pentacles energy, all of this childlike energy, to really dig and dive deeper into yourself, different aspects of yourself, your beliefs, and, your perspective, your mind, and really figure out what it is that could be holding you in a place, or maybe stopping you from getting your manifestation as quickly as you can. And I think when you sit down and do that work, Aquarius, you are more, because you are more aware of yourself, because you are more self-aware. That's how I'm looking at the King of Cups right now. It's like he's super self-aware. And not just of himself, but his emotions. He's super aware of why he feels what he feels. And I feel like this is important for you to do. It's important for you to gain that self-awareness of why you are or aren't attracting what it is that you want. It's almost like a point of, yeah, literally a point of reflection where it's like, okay, so I'm doing good here, here, and here, but for some reason here, here, and here still needs work on or improvement. You know, what possible things or beliefs do I have that's holding me here? You know, what can I do to improve this? Whether it's meditating or, like I said, reflecting or journaling, or like I said, just expressing yourself in like a physical manner. I feel like that is extremely important for you guys this month, Aquarius, is to like really express yourself like on paper, like get it out of your mind and like onto paper. And yeah, with this page of swords, I do see like a you know, sort of like a new beginning, but more so like on a mental level where, you know, you could be getting some new ideas that are flowing to you once you kind of sit down and do this work. I do get that there is a new start and there's a new opportunity for your perception to improve. Yeah, there's an opportunity for your perception to improve and benefit you and work in your favor. So it is important to, like I said, just remain, just to remain open. Yeah, just to remain open. With the Three of Wands especially, remain open. And the page of Pentacles being right next to it too. It's important for you to remain open at this time. And, you know, with that page of swords energy, it's like, you know, project the best, you know, think positive, think as positively as you can, you know, and just like expect the best, you know, just know that you're doing all that you can do and trust that. You know, trust that and allow for whatever this newness is to come in, because I do see that there is a new opportunity coming in for you, whether it's, you know, like I said, work or just on a financial level or your business. I do see something new coming in for you that you can really benefit from, like a new opportunity that's coming in for you. But it's like, again, the most important part in order to reaping this is to making sure that you take care of your perception and, like I said, beliefs that you may have had that is holding you into a certain vibration. But once you figure that out, you know, you have the Three of Cups here, which is celebration. And, you know, cups are about emotions. And I feel like, you know, it's like this inner, even though there are other people, you could be celebrating with other people, but I feel like there's this inner like peace or this inner happiness or like content, or just feeling of contentment with just knowing where you are, knowing where you stand within your emotions on your life, on the things that you want to accomplish. So this month is really about you gaining clarity, you know, gaining clarity, gaining perspective on yourself, you know, your genuine, true feelings. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. With this Seven of Cups card, I feel like this is like I'm going to get clarity on this, but I really feel like this is like just a beware, you know, it's like, just beware that, you know, as you're stepping into this new place, you know, listen, this is just for the month of September, but sometimes these energies can extend outside of September. But hopefully by the end of September, you start to feel this energy that I'm speaking of. And just know that the Seven of Cups represents being tested. You know, it's like, will you be able to identify what's real and what's not? What will you be able to identify what your brain is projecting versus what it actually is? You know, we all go through those moments where, like I said, sometimes your brain can be your best friend or your worst enemy. But will you be able to now, from this place of being more aware of yourself, being more, just in tune with yourself, will you be able to identify what, you know, what's what, basically? You know, where it is that you're possibly projecting falsely or false representations of whatever outcome you're expecting versus the real deal. But let me get clarity on this, and then I'll pull your advice message. So clarity on the Seven of Cups for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, too many cards. Clarity on the Seven of Cups card. Ooh. So, yeah, You got the Hangman in reverse. So precisely what I was saying. Will you be able to identify, which with the the Hangman in the reverse, I feel like you definitely will be able to see, the truth, see like, okay, no, that's just my mind playing tricks on me, or yes, this is exactly what it is. I feel like you will be able to identify, better identify what's what. I feel like that was the intention and the purpose of this month for you, Aquarius, is just to be able to identify your emotions, where you currently stand, and where it's kind of like a facade, or like I said, where you're falsely projecting, and then, like I said, what's really real. And I feel like that's kind of the purpose of this month for you, Aquarius. Can I have an advice message for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month? What can help them in the month of September? What card will most benefit Aquarius for the month of September 2020? Thank you. You have gifts from God, Aquarius. It says, we angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receiving them. So Aquarius, like I said, as long as you do this work, you will be rewarded. All of this down here represents rewards, rewards coming in for you, but not before you do this inner work of just figuring out the things that you are telling yourself, figuring out what beliefs or past ways that were projected onto you in your childhood that has you in a space of not attracting the things that you want, or attracting the things that you want, figuring out what you want to do more of and what you possibly need to do less of, so you can fully, attract your abundance, your manifestation, whatever it is that you're trying to get, whether, like I said, it be a job, business related, etc. So that is the messages that I have for you for the month of September 2020, Aquarius. So if you find something that resonates with you, then like this video for me, and also leave me a comment down below if you feel comfortable sharing how this is showing up for you in the month of September. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. And if not, you can always just leave something positive down for the next Aquarius that might come across this video to see. Other than that, I will see you either in my next video or in your next reading, Aquarius. So take care. Bye.